Alright, g'day guys, welcome back. It's an ultimate showcase, which means defense stats will be showing in real time as units super attack. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is here. He's finally here. I summoned a little bit late, but this morning on stream, I managed to get 2 copies. And then I raced to get his links up to level 5, so I could use 5 keys to top him off and get this showcase out as soon as possible. He's a joy to run. I really like him. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, given that he's the style of unit that I'll always be predisposed to enjoy, being a Super Saiyan 4. But yeah, can't help but love him. And this team is really fun for him. It's not his 200%. It's not a 200% leader for him. It's only the 170, unfortunately. But that doesn't take away from how good he is. I mean, he's kicking off there at just under 600k defense, 20% damage reduction after supering, and 9 mil attack. With all that crit that's built in as well. He's nutty. And in this showcase, the friend GT duo, despite being 55%, same as mine, just shows off. Absolutely shows off. Mine's not far behind. But this is the turn where they get a quad super, which means in the first appearance, they get every possible super attack, build up to 40%, so it's one shy of their max. This is their third super attack, and they're on 600k defense, 30% damage reduction. They go up to 40% after this with how much defense? 700k neat, pretty much. They're just crazy. Obviously, Bulma does her thing as well. Now we're going to work towards getting the 7th year anniversary Super Saiyan 4s on the same turn as the new LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They share every link other than prepared for battle on the Goku side and Kamehameha on the Gogeta side. I'm just going to call them Gogeta for the sheer differential of it. Here they are here with their intro. Now they're going to be on the same turn as Piccolo here, who will not get his active skill, as we don't have, sorry, not his active skill, I should say, his intro passive, because there's no Bond of Master and Disciple units on the team. He links incredibly well with Bulma, 4 out of 7 links. The same links that he shares with Bulma, he and Bulma each share with the Broly trio. So we're going to throw them in front of all those attacks, despite there being exactly 5 attacks. So what Piccolo will need, and actually what the Super Saiyan 4 Goku will need as well. We're going to dodge them all though, because Piccolo not having the guard active, probably not the best idea in case we get supered. The next phase is AGL anyway, so hopefully we can get him built up during that point there, and then at the same time stall out a little bit, like we did with Bulma last turn, to try and get the stacks in with the LR Gogeta at the end of this rotation. They're not going to be looking super good. They'll only have Fierce Battle and Legendary Power active, so missing out on all that defense from Shocking Speed, GT, and Saiyan Raw, which obviously will activate when they finally meet up with LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the other rotation. So fortunately, we put Broly trio in the first slot so they can dodge that super. Piccolo stays safe, does the Hidden Potential super just to show off a little bit of a 360k defense stat, obviously with no build up, 20% damage reduction. That's kind of what we're looking at. Under 300k defense from these guys, not super great. Obviously, they've got a guaranteed additional coming, providing they don't kill, which they don't. So I'll have 2 stacks under their belt. They'll be looking incredibly healthy next turn. It's going to change. Well, I mean, not incredibly healthy, but a lot better than what they do this turn at least. But that defense kind of didn't matter anyway, seeing as they didn't end up taking any attacks. They would have had type advantage regardless, and guard, seeing as it was their first appearance. Now, this is the first appearance for my version of the GT duo. So they have no damage reduction active at all. So we'll leave them on rotation, try and get them built as soon as possible. We only need the 1 super, thanks to the quad super attack from the last appearance for the friend. So 1 super and they'll be maxed out. Now, no Bulma support active, by the way, so this is not going to be quite as high as last turn. 7.9 basically, 8 mil essentially from attack point of view, and 600 or so k defense with all the damage reduction. Great, what is it? A greatly raised for 4 turns, I think, on 18 keys. So whatever he got from the last turn will carry over for this turn. It's a little bit strange how he works. There's all kinds of factors working into the Super Saiyan 4 Goku's defense. This will be the triple super from them as well, the GT duo here. The second attack they do when they're at 24 key is their 18 key additional. So this is the 24 key guaranteed additional here. 30% damage reduction, 550k defense, first appearance. They're great. They are just such a fun unit to run. and this will be 50% damage reduction and 346k defense. So whilst not the highest defense stat you'll ever see, with 50% damage reduction, it goes a very long way, especially when it jumps up to 400k following that. So what was that? 300 and something. So they jump it by about 700k. I mean, there's no links active, which hurts them, whereas the other one had GT and prepared for battle, so I think 15% in total. Where are we? All right. So that's 5 attacks with type advantage for Piccolo. So he'll be fully built at the end of this turn. His defense stat might be a little bit lower than you might want to see it. He will be getting the support from Bulma, but the only reason his defense stat might be slightly lower than you might want is because A, he's not getting any support from the Broly trio here. They're supporting attack thanks to AGL orbs, but he obviously is only building 2 out of the 5 shots that he needs. Still at 580k defense though. He'll build the following 3 out of 5 shots now with all that defense. And I mean, he's going to take a super straight up. He's not even halfway built, so he's probably going to take a little bit. And when I say a little bit, like a fraction. Yeah, look, I mean, 35k damage is basically tanking, really, when you think about it. Just shy of 500k defense for Bulma. With I think we only got 6 orbs with her, so no guaranteed additional. She doesn't need it anyway. She's tanking fine. And like I said, we wanted to stall out a little bit, but we also wanted to keep her support active. So 5 or 6 orbs is exactly what we need for her. And these guys, look, I'm showing their defense stat just for consistency's sake, but seeing as they've got dodge with 7 orbs, like guaranteed dodge, their attack stat actually means nothing. All right, so we got the standby. Now, because we have the standby, we'll be supporting defense for 2 turns with Oob. So what we're going to do is hold off the active skill with the 7th year LR Gogeta, so just so that they can stack once or twice more before heading into the next turn, where we'll use the active skill at the same time as this guy here uses his standby to go full power, just to use all the active skill for that, all the transformations I should say, for that cinematic effect, I guess. 8 orbs, so plenty of int, so he'll charge his meter pretty quickly. It won't be much of an issue. So what do we got? GT, shocking speed, fierce battle, legendary power for the GT duo there. Oh, sorry, for the Super Saiyan 4s. The GT duo at the end will have GT, fierce battle, and legendary power. So a little bit of defense, a little bit of attack. So there you go. They were under, I think they just topped 300k last turn. Now they're at just under 500k. Obviously a fair bit of support and much better links active as well. So yeah, 560k defense. 4 stacks will make Gogeta look nice and juicy when it's his turn to attack after we transform. So, or fuse, I should say. They're dodging. They'll take a little bit of damage here. 560k raw is still going to do a fit. I think they do up to 950k damage with the super, which is there or thereabouts. 560k plus 439k defense is, yeah, give or take about 1 million damage that the boss is doing flat out. They got 3 builds of their 5. That's their 5th there. Sweet. So they got full damage reduction, as easy as you like. And the reason I've come into this 8th anniversary battle, which is actually technically the 7th anniversary stage, where there's a triple super and just under 700k defense, they're good, is because this second phase in the 7th anniversary event is really quite tanky. So you can do a lot of supers without finishing the phase, so everyone can build up appropriately. Everyone is built up appropriately. We're just going to transform with Goku next turn. We've got 11 orbs, I think it is, for Bulma here. Yep, 11 orbs. She's going to heal us up. The GT duo at the end will look a little bit watered down from what they will in every other turn, simply because we started the turn with under 50% HP, which means they don't get that extra attack and defense 50% for being over 50% HP. 700k defense. We are getting support from Oob though, so the GT duo's defense will look a little bit closer to their norm. And there you go, look at her, 935k defense. This is her 3rd appearance, so she has 21% damage reduction. She builds 7% per turn, per appearance, up to 77%, which I don't think you'll ever see. At least not in the current meta. 12 mil, 1.1 mil defense. 20% damage reduction, which can jump to 50 if you get his heal off. So he's taken 2 shots now, which is a total of 7. So if we come into any turn, which we won't, under 30% HP, he will fully heal us and get an extra 30% damage reduction applied to himself. It's crazy. And they're running at a max at a default 50% damage reduction here after the second super at 480k defense. They were safe with anything, basically. They'd still take a bit of damage, I think, because of type disadvantage if they got supered, but they won't. They won't care anymore. I don't think we get... Oh, there's a quad. Okay, that's another quad super for the friend. They do that. They did that in the first appearance, and they've done that again now. It's just 55% too. Imagine if that unit was rainbowed. It's just crazy. All right, so let's get him out. We're gonna have a bit of support as well, ideally, at the end there with the Broly trio. This is how we'll set the turn. So we'll use the standby first, and then we'll use the fusion following that. Gogeta won't even get a chance to attack, but we still will use the active skill. We have set ourselves up perfectly to get that oh so pretty KO screen. It's just so good. I'll let it sit for a little bit once we get it, but all these animations are just amazing. It's just a shame he doesn't have built-in additionals to sort of increase the chance of seeing that 12 key a little bit more often, but 272k defense. He's going to get an extra bit of defense when all orbs are collected, and then he's going to get more defense again for taking a hit prior to attacking. So he's going to be looking very, very healthy here. With every link active other than prepared for battle, so he's basically only leaving 5% defense on the table for not having that active. But if we can tee it up, we'll get the GT duo to get their standby next appearance and then put him in slot 2 because it's only attack. Oh wait, no, his attack is active for 4 turns, I believe it is. So I don't know. It's hard to work out how it all works. It's hard to remember at least, even though I did do the calc. So taking that shot there, he's got his guard active as well. He's going to take a super. All right, this is good to see. So what? 900k slash a million damage that they do neutral, and he couldn't care. Absolutely couldn't care, and he's going to hit him back with a 20 million guaranteed crit super attack, pumping out a 770k defense stat, and then into that KO screen. It's so pretty. Just look at it. It's just, I don't know if they've ever made a KO screen that clean. I mean, there are some really good ones. The GT Duo are the first ones that come to mind, but how is it? Oh, it's my favorite, easily. She'll have type advantage, so we'll put her in slot 1 just in case we're supered. 9 orbs is pretty healthy. We'll go with that. Her guard won't be active anymore, which means she doesn't have as much ki as she usually does. But again, type advantage means that guard doesn't really matter so much. She's still going to be looking pretty good. And then everyone's going to be... So Piccolo's not going to be at 24 ki, nor Bulma. It doesn't really matter. They don't really get any defense for being at 24 ki, just attack. So they'll still be looking alright regardless. And she takes 163. That's alright. It's a little bit of damage, but I mean, 28% damage reduction helps a lot. She kicks it off at 560k defense, 28% damage reduction, and then 750 to follow up with a guaranteed additional. The hidden potential could go off after this, but unfortunately it doesn't. And what's Piccolo doing? Now, Piccolo's will be lower than last turn because Oob is no longer supporting us, but he's still at 920k defense with 11 million attack stat, 20% damage reduction. He's the absolute GOAT. Next to Bulma, who links super well with him, who is a GOAT herself, on this team that is led by these guys who are just... This is like... I mean, aside from Broly Trio, who actually turns into one of the best units in the game around Bulma, this team is just nuts. And it's the GT rotation of the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta could be replaceable. It's the rest of the core there that just makes it so good. STR Mai fits alright as well if you want to replace the Broly Trio or Piccolo as a floating support. She does nicely. Links well with Bulma and the support superclass units, but 620k defense. Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Gonna get all that support from the standby GT Vegeta. We've had 4 stacks in the GT, in the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We've got the stack of defense that carries over from the last appearance of the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He won't get the defense buff because we're going to put him in slot 2, but he's going to activate Prepared for Battle due to being sandwiched between. So it's going to be every single link active. It's absolutely nuts. 650k defense he's got prior to attacking. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is ready to go. He won't have too much damage reduction because we didn't get too many rainbow orbs there, but that doesn't matter. 7 out of 7 links active for our main man there, Goku in slot 2. We'll see what the Gogeta does. 4 stacks, as I said, prior to attacking. Prior to fusing. 13.3. I love seeing this unit again. Love seeing this unit again at his best. And look at that. Action breaking, crits. Following up with a 9 mil attack stat, 800k defense. Woo! One more to follow possibly as well. It's a normal. Unfortunately, it's not a super, but it could have been. And here we go. We still got guaranteed crits with Goku, by the way. Oh! Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Look at this. We're going to get we get the KO screen again. Oh, just going to let it linger. Oh, it's so good. It is absolutely the best there is. That is him. That is Super Saiyan 4 Goku in his first Ultimate Showcase. Let me know what you reckon, guys. Who do you think performed the best? Who do you think maybe underperformed? Let me know in the comments below. There'll be more on the way, especially with Dragon Ball Heroes coming. This is going to be a great month for me. I love everything that's coming. If you liked the video, please press the button to do so. If you haven't subscribed, that helps me out quite a bit. So if you could do that as well, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.